now. All right. So, Lexi, with Dynabrade being a newer GAWDA member, could you just tell us a little bit about the company?
Yeah, absolutely. So Dynabrade is a US-based manufacturer. We're located in Buffalo, New York, and we have some of the best-in-class abrasive pneumatic power tools on the market. We're pretty proud to say that 90% of the components for those tools are all sourced in the US as well. A little bit about us that kind of makes us stand out is that we only sell through distribution. We do not work directly with the end user. And the way that we do that so successfully is by having such a large sales team out in the market who work with our distributors and train and support them hands-on.
Okay. Absolutely. So we're here to talk about the 2021 forecast. Obviously, 2020 has been a challenging year, to say the least. Can you talk to me about what you see, on the horizon for 2021 and how you expect to kind of perform next year as we come out of COVID, hopefully?
Yeah, so 2020, we were obviously down compared to 2019, as most people in the market were. But with that being said, the welding segment for Dynabrade outperformed any other market segment that we sell into. We worked with a lot of the product managers at our distributors to learn that we actually gained quite a lot of market share during 2020 compared to our competitors. And because of that, we expect almost a 20% growth into 2021 compared to our sales for 2020. And hopefully we expect to continue gaining that market share in the welding division. Some of the segments that we sell into that was impacted a little bit heavier due to COVID, for example, were like the aerospace and automotive aftermarket divisions. And while those were impacted a little heavier, we do expect those to rebound towards the end of 2021 as well.
Sure. So for the 20% that you said specifically for the welding division, what are some of the things that are going to be driving that? Is it just pent-up demand, or are there other market forces that you see at play that will kind of be, that's a pretty hefty increase.
Yeah, absolutely. So that 20% is compared to 2020, which of course we're down compared to 2019. We expect to be pretty level to 2019, if not up a little bit compared to that. And there's a lot that kind of goes into that. Dynabrade is newer to the welding world. Within the last couple of years, we've really started to focus on the welding industry as a division on its own, joining groups like GAWDA and IWDC and starting to work more with the distributors in that market has really driven our growth. And the more we work with these people, the more we hope to continue to grow in this division.
Absolutely. So you said that compared to your other kind of markets, the welding channel actually did, outperform them in 2020. Do you see that, or do you expect that to be kind of across the board for other GAWDA members, that the industry as a whole will have positive growth next year?
Yeah, I do. So overall for the industry, we kind of expect to see about a 5 to 10% growth compared to this year. Luckily, from what we're dealing with, the majority of this industry is considered essential to keeping our country up and running. And because of that, the sales continue to grow into 2021 as people are continuing to purchase.
Sure. So did you feel that the COVID-19, the pandemic, all that stuff impacted your long-term projections for 2021, or, the 5-year forecast going beyond that? Or do you kind of see it as, a blip on the radar and we'll see that proverbial V-shaped recovery as we move past it?
Yeah. So prior to the pandemic, we had 3 of the best years that we've ever had at Dynabrade. And when the pandemic hit, like everyone else, there was just a lot of uncertainty. We hit our lowest that we've ever been for the year in May of this year. And since then, we've had pretty substantial growth back into the market. It's been pretty consistent for us to gain that market share, and we're hoping to continue that.
Great. Kind of moving past COVID a little bit, I think the whole country has spent enough time on that, and certainly we have as well. But any kind of other than COVID macro trends that you've kind of seen emerge in the last few years that have been, positive, I guess, or negative impact on business, and how do you expect those to kind of impact Dynabrade going forward?
Yeah. So being a U.S. manufacturer kind of puts us at an advantage compared to a lot of other manufacturers in that we're not really affected by the overseas costs that others are dealing with, tariffs, delays in shipping, all of those issues, because most of our stuff is from here in the U.S. This kind of allows us to meet a really quick turnaround, and it gives us the ability to drop ship orders directly to your customer. A trend that we've noticed, especially in the welding division, that's really becoming more and more important as the years goes on is consolidation, and for distributors to be a one-stop shop for their customers. And that's something that we really feel that we're going to be able to help our distributors with because of the wide range of tools that we carry and the training that we provide to everyone.
Absolutely. So you mentioned the wide range of tools. I know that you guys are a pretty forward-thinking company. Do you have any plans for 2021 or going forward for new product launches that you're kind of jazzed up about?
Yeah. So Dynabrade is huge into engineering and product development. We're constantly working on improving our current offering. Each year we plan on producing and releasing 10 new tools or variations of tools that we have. A couple examples. So in 2020, we became a manufacturer for one of our best-selling accessories, which are backup pads. Our goal for that was to improve the quality of the backup pads. And in 2021, we are going to be expanding our clean air solutions, which is our portable vacuum systems and our downdraft tables.
Okay, absolutely. So if you could give me the 30-second kind of elevator pitch, what should distributors that sell your products be really excited about as you kind of introduce those products?
Yeah. So we have a little over 1,000 tools for different surface preparations and finishing applications, and they really go for a variety of applications across a ton of market segments. We know that GAWDA distributors not only focus on the welding segment, but all of the other market segments as well. And we really want our distributors to know that we can help them in almost any of those segments.
Okay. So you mentioned all of the diverse segments that you sell into, that your distributors sell into. Have there been any kind of niche markets that you've seen in the last few years that you feel are going to be growth markets going forward?
Yeah, absolutely. Dynabrade, like I said, we have over 1,000 tools that fit into all of these different markets, and they have a variety of applications that can be used in a ton of different industries. A couple industries that we've recently focused over on the last decade or so are the aerospace industry, automotive aftermarket, the foundry, the wind industry, and of course, welding. Each of these industries, a majority of our tools can fit into all of them, but we look at them and work with people in those industries to develop specific tools for the needs of those industries.
Absolutely. Anything that we haven't touched on, with regards to a forecast or just, about 2021 and the way that Dynabrade's going to be approaching the market that you want to talk about before we go today?
Yeah, so I know we're done with COVID, but something that we have really embraced during COVID is a different way for us to train our distributors. We're used to a real hands-on model where our sales team goes in and works with the sales team to train them and make sure that they understand how to use our tools, why that there's an advantage to them and all of that. So we've had to change our strategy, and we've developed great ways to do those trainings virtually until we can be back hands-on with our people. And that's something that we're very proud of, and we're continuing to develop and improve. I know I mentioned at the beginning, but Dynabrade is newer to GAWDA, and we're continuously looking to add distributors in 2021. We feel that GAWDA has the right distributors to work with us, and when we're properly trained, they can be a great extension of our market reach, and we really look forward to working with anyone.
Absolutely. Yes, the only other question I have comes, as a follow-up to what you just said, but I guess the willingness and the being able to kind of shift your almost your go-to-market strategy, your training strategy, certainly to a more virtual environment. Do you feel that's put you at an advantage to other companies that maybe haven't had the resources or have been unwilling to kind of change their philosophy on things?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, we're really focused on being hands-on training, being with the team to make sure that they fully understand. But being able to switch that to a virtual setting gives us the opportunity to work with large groups or small individuals one-on-one. We can record these sessions so they can go back and rewatch it and relearn. And by starting to do these virtual trainings, we've actually started to record training videos that we can post on social media, on the GAWDA website, all of those things. So it was a struggle at first for sure, but it's definitely given us the opportunity to grow and expand the way that we reach the end users.
Perfect. Well, that's all the questions I had for today. Thank you so much for your time, and sounds like it's going to be a pretty exciting year.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Perfect.